We're doing Investing Wisdom with Kenneth Andrade. Kenneth, welcome back to Wizards of Dalal Street. 2007-8, we talked briefly in the last segment. Did you sense a bear market of global proportions approaching?
No.
How would you sense it though? As a fund manager, you're looking out for that, or you're completely agnostic to?
Completely agnostic.
Really? Don't you feel that's lacking in your education then, if you don't marry a bull market and bear market to your portfolio allocation?
I think we look for companies that do well, and that stays with it. We look for businesses that will continue to accumulate market share on the way down. Okay. And as markets go higher, you tend to move your portfolio away from the bottom end of the space and continue to migrate them to the larger companies in the entire business. So it's not necessarily large caps, but that's how you do it.
But history teaches us that in any bull market, when it ends, stocks go down 30, 50, 70, 90% sometimes. Aren't you scared at that time that even your best companies will give up the gains?
They do at points in time. They give up their gains, but they don't close down.
What would raise the red flags for you?
Leverage. Any business which is leveraging itself up, I think that's something that we've stayed away completely from.
But in this kind of low interest rate, high debt environment, leverage, a lot of companies have used a lot of leverage. And why shouldn't they? If money is giving so cheap to them, why shouldn't they leverage up?
I think what we tend to forget at points in time is that cheap money is available, but capital is still scarce. Because the guys who've leveraged in the last cycle still do not get the same amount of money that's there. If you've seen that in the 90s, where you had the metals and the commodity companies leverage up, we've seen that in the infrastructure companies actually leverage up. We've seen 3 sugar cycles, okay, probably the worst industry to ever be with.
Right, boom, bust, boom, bust, boom, bust, yes.
Okay, at the end of every sugar cycle, the guy with the highest debt has actually gone down.
Correct.
Okay, leverage into the cycle.
Right.
And leverage on top of the cycle and collapsed. If you see the commodity plays at this point in time, every balance sheet is leveraged 2x.
Stressed.
Okay. The leverage came in when the commodity prices were exactly double from where they are here.
What are the qualities that you think are necessary to be a good fund manager?
I think eliminate the noise. Okay, because the markets will push you to do a lot of irrational things.
So, at the end of the discussion, through your careers, distill your wisdom down for me. What is the Kenneth Andrade investing philosophy?
I think be early in a cycle. Okay, look the other way if you do not understand what it is, and
it's okay to ignore stocks.
It's just ignore stocks. Okay, I haven't got an idea of pharmaceuticals, but that hasn't disturbed the entire investing process.
And don't waste time on the macro stuff too much.
I wouldn't waste time on the macro stuff. I mean, you have to identify where your skill sets are. My skill sets are not macros. Okay, my skill set is buying a good company, watch it grow, participate with it over multiple sectors into a down cycle. And if you get a down cycle, it's even brilliant.
Well said. What we do, Ken, in trying to wrap up the show, we'll do a rapid fire round with you. It should be fun. So tell me the things that come to your mind. Sensex 50,000 buy.
2021.
2021. Okay. Now I'll give you a pair of names. Pick one. Elon Musk or Warren Buffett. Dinner with whom?
Elon Musk.
Paul McCartney or Bill Gates?
Paul McCartney.
Next on your bucket list, place to travel?
Iceland.
Okay. Tesla.
My dream car.
You have electric cars, right? You're very fond of electric cars, I'm told. The Beatles?
Hard Day's Night.
Hard Day's Night. Favorite song. What is your favorite book on investing?
Peter Lynch, Beating the Street and One Up to Wall Street.
The company that you admire most in India?
MRF.
MRF. The company that you most admire in the US?
Google.
Google, okay. The most important number to look for in a balance sheet is?
Cash flows.
Who is the best investor currently in India?
That's a difficult one.
That's why I ask you.
There's lots of them.
Best investor globally?
Hey, Warren Buffett, by far.
Yes, he's obviously the popular choice of everyone. They say there are many ways to climb a mountain, but there's only one view. Thank you so much for sharing your view on the Wizards of Dalal Street. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Wizards of Dalal Street.